I'm moving along on the solar project. As you can see, I have stuff all over the place in the truck camper. This is a real brain teaser. There's the old inverter and DC charger. So let's crack this baby open over here. Okay, so we made a cabinet here, and these doors open up. Both of them open. So there goes that door and this door. So the big door is where the Victron 3000 Multi Plus inverter charger is. And so I have the smart dongle is connected there. I still need to put the shore power cord in, and then a shore power cord over here to the breaker and fuse panel. Then I also need to run a 4-gauge wire over here to the fuse panel also for the DC side. Then I have some figuring to do in here. There is a second path to ground or neutral, negative, so I have to figure out where that is, and I think it is probably got something to do with the old original wiring and the 7-pin plug. So all of that's going to get changed, and everything will go into one of these connection blocks. And so you can see these are pretty handy. It has a big 4-gauge on one side, and then 4 6-gauges on the other side. And then the two of them will snap together as a single unit. So there's the cover for the Victron distributor and the flat plate cover for the inverter. There's the distributor there. I've got the wiring, power wires from the inverter hooked up to the distributor, but I need to get about another foot of wire in there because it's just not quite long enough. And that is, I think it's 2-aught wire. It's big wire. And then I'll also need to get some larger wire from the batteries. Well, actually, this wire is probably okay. It's for the 400 amp battery. And then also I need to get a on-off switch that will mount on the positive terminal of the distributor. You know, one of those on-off dial switches, big red one usually. And what else we got? So I have the Victron inverter connected, but you see the fuse is not in place, so it's not getting any power right now. I don't want to power that up until I'm ready for it. And then over here is the smart shunt, and they want you to take a power wire, preferably off of the battery cable, and it just slides into the terminal in the smart shunt. And then we have the new 50 amp DC charger here, and the 150 volt 70 amp MPPT charger there. And so that's one thing I wanted, was to get a big solar controller that would handle an expanded solar array. And then we've got our two 200 amp Life Blue heated LiFePO batteries, lithium ferrite phosphate safe batteries. These are the non-combustible ones. And then you see all the wire that's down there. There's a spare dongle cable, the red coil there. And there's a fuse on the ground. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at, and it's working out beautifully. I think if you've been following, you know how the old table or old cabinet originally was just right there. That was it. I had a long door here, and then a door on the side there. And then this was all unusable space. So now the space is totally usable. It's almost like I got free space down there. So anybody with an S&S that is looking to expand their solar electric system, I've got you figured out right here. If you have an older style S&S. And so the inverter swings out on that door, and then this door here closes. You see how it has the interlocking and there you go. Locks up nice and solid. And then I've got a couple of luggage hasps to put on it. Oops. Let's see if I can get that one right. So I've got two of these, and that's how they're going to go on there. Right like that. And that will snap the doors shut together and hold them in position. And then just for the sake of bounciness on the door with the weight of the inverter, I'll shove a wedge under here that will make that solid, and then I'll probably put another wedge up here when it's not in use, or when the doors are closed and I don't need to get in there. I'll just wedge them so that they are held solidly in position. And then the hinges here, I put in heavier screws. It came with these here little brass ones, and that's what I installed. 1.5-inch stainless steel. They're all number 6 screws, and so the number 6.5-inch goes into the plywood panels pretty good. And so I think that should be good enough. There's 26 screws on each hinge, 13 on the door frame, 13 in the panel, and then same over here, 13 in the door frame and 13 into the plywood panel. And then when the hasp is on here, it'll function as more of a solid piece. And you can see how the plywood goes together nice and tight. Okay, so that is where the solar is at for now. And then I'll just make a new countertop that covers this whole thing here. Then I've got these steel braces in here to hold the cabinet countertop frame in better, more solid. It's really pretty solid here. And then I've got that angle piece there, so this is holding it from swinging out, and that does that too. And then this also does helps to keep it from going up down. and the countertop will help make things more stable too. So anyway, pretty good. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. You can see how everything just fits in there very nicely. Everything's got space around it, breathing room. There's a fan on the bottom of the inverter, and then there's about 1/4 of an inch all around the floor. So these things will all get a pretty good amount of ventilation. And then there's ventilation comes in through the sink cabinet, and all the compartment doors leak air. So there's always fresh air coming in here. And then also air can leak out through the top of the doors too. Okay, so that will bring you up to speed, up to date on what I'm doing here with the electrical. So this is going to be pretty sweet when everything is all wrapped up. And as I say, this was unusable space in here before, and now it's being used. Okay. All right, so stay tuned for the updates. I'll give you a full functional video when I finish this in a few more days and a few more dollars. All right, see you later. This is how I am going to install some new electronics in the truck camper. You see I have a Victron 3000 inverter and a Victron distributor. So this is the existing cabinet. You can see it's not very big, not very useful. So I have pulled that out, taken the Sawzall and cut it out, and made the space much larger there. So you can see I'm starting to pull the wiring out of there, and I've got the old distribution blocks. Those were about $60 when I bought them. The Victron that is replacing it is maybe $250. Much better system. And so there you can see the positive, negative distribution blocks, the solar converter there. All right, so I have installed the Victron distributor, and I'm still working with the wiring, adapting, changing the old stuff to the new stuff. Here I'm testing the fit of the 3000 watt inverter, and I was planning to put it on the small side door, but it ended up being just a little tight. So I put it over onto the big door. You see the small door and the big door in front. So it's working nicely on the big door. It actually creates a better amount of breathable space for everything in there. And there you see the distributor has pretty much everything connected to it, but I'm still going to make a couple of changes. This is how I am making the cabinet work. You see the aluminum angle on the corner there, and that kind of acts as an interlock to the two doors and holds them close and tight shut together. And there is where I've mounted the 3000 watt inverter on the door. It's kind of heavy, and so I do have piano hinges and some long screws. That's the rat nest I still have to deal with inside with all the DC electronics. So I'm gonna pull that apart today and get on that. I got a couple more days of rewiring and cleaning things up. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found some good useful information. I think I did a pretty good job of finding space and making space for more solar electronics. All right, we'll see you on the next video.